Hey guys, Spencer back with Guardian Games Studio, and I want to show you some gameplay footage from our game we featured at the Midwest Gaming Convention. If you're one of the lucky few that got this in your very important gamers package, you probably have already seen this game and maybe had an opportunity to play it, but I want to give you an idea of what we did here. Now, if you're a fan of the 80s and 90s arcade games, this is a tribute to that game, to those games that were made back then. So you're going to start as Jordan in the 1980s. You're going to wake up. You're going to do a couple of chores, you're going to get some of your allowance money, and then you're going to head off to the arcade. So I'm going to show you some gameplay footage. There's a huge overworld to explore, so there's a lot of different ways to earn additional coins. You can go to 7-Eleven and get some nostalgic 1980s and 90s food for some power-ups like clear Pepsi and the such, shark bites and bugles and things like that. So these are kind of like the faux version of those. You'll see that all the names have been changed, so we're not affecting any copyright issues here. There are a lot of similar type games to what you would have seen in the 1980s and 1990s. You're going to go into this massive arcade, as you can see here, and you're going to be able to go to each one of these different arcade games, play them, and be able to get all the different Guardian Games Studio badges. And once you've played all the games, I'm not going to go through and play this one quite yet, just so I can show you a little bit of the overworld. But you're going to go into those games, you're going to beat each one, you get your coins, and at the end of it, you're going to face off against Lucas. Yep, the Lucas, the same one that's got the power glove in our favorite Nintendo movie back from the day, and you're going to have a little dance-off with him. So, really fun game, tons of nostalgia in here. It's just thrown into so many different types of gameplay, and you'll see like this hoops game. If you guys have been at the arcade and you're shooting hoops and you're trying to line up all your shots here, so you're getting all of this stuff done here. And it's tough to talk and play these games because I am just not. Although I love making games, I am definitely not always the best at playing them. And the goal here is just to get up to 100. So if you can get to 100 within that time frame, you'll get the reward, the badge for beating this game, and hopefully I can get there. And like I said, I am not a great player. There we go. So barely got to 100, but you guys are going to go through each one of those games. This is just a really quick snippet of that. It'll say, hey, look, you've won, you've completed this game, and you're going to the next one. Now, there's a ton of arcade games. There's kind of like a clone similar to the gameplay of like Pac-Man, like a Dig Dug, like a Galaga, a shooter game. There's just we tried to encompass all of the favorites from the 80s and 90s in a Game Boy Color style. You're also going to go into town. You're going to be able to find money. You're going to be able to buy those power-ups like I mentioned before. And there's quite a few hidden games from other games in the Guardian Games Studio genre. So you're going to find some different versions of Diabetor and the Sugar Monsters. You're going to find some stuff from Soarin' Rising, an unreleased game that we have. You're going to be able to go fishing here and be able to get some extra coins here. So there's just so much to interact with inside of the game. It's a tribute to those games. The music is fantastic, although I don't have a whole lot of tunes on this overview. You guys, I can promise you, if you like any of our other tunes we've had through any of the other games we've made, you're going to love this one because they're all done by Jordan Walters. So if you've played the Winsley's Guardian game or the Five Clans of Cyber at Bloodshed, if you like those tunes and that style, you're really going to enjoy the music here. So side-scroller shooters, this is a Diabetor side-scroller, so you can tell these games are just, they're fun little mini games kind of spread out through the entire game. There's quite a bit of gameplay here. If you were to complete all the little side quests and go through and play every single arcade, this game is several hours long. There's a ton of replayability just because, after you finish the game, you can go back and play through, and things will have changed a little bit after your final battle with Lucas, and collecting all of those different badges, and then of course your scores, right? You're going to make sure that you're trying to beat your high score, just like with any game. You can collect all of those. There is a continue and save feature in the game, which we really weren't thinking we were going to add, but as we kept on adding to the game just got so long. We're like, you know what? If you can't beat the game, in an hour sitting, a lot of folks like me, if you have an hour of personal time to yourself, you're happy with just that. So it's nice to be able to save in the game, then be able to go back to the game. So again, this is one of the mini games. This is Diabetor and the Sugar Monsters. And I don't want to show too many of these games, but they're all fun. They're simple. I almost think about it like a Game Boy Color Mario Party-esque, right? None of them are overly hard, except for you are going to find varied difficulty throughout the game. And I'm going to show you one more here before I wrap up here. And we're going to play this console game here. And this one is kind of a homage. Actually, let me jump back into it. It's a homage to Zelda. So you see, you know, you're playing as Winsley from Winsley's Guardian. You're going to get your pool noodle here. And just a really fun way to look back at the nostalgia over the years and play through all the different games. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this brief overview and you're able to back the project. This game is already complete, so we have everything complete in box, ready to ship. So as soon as this Kickstarter closes, we're going to start shipping games out as soon as we've collected funds for that. So if you have any questions on it, feel free to comment on the Kickstarter or email me at spencer@guardiangamesstudio.com. So it's games with an S, studio.com. Appreciate you guys and look forward to kickstarting another game with you guys. Thanks.